This is a Seawall inspection, the property on the ICW in Boynton Beach. Seawall was measured at about 310 linear feet. We saw some issues on the cap, some rust bleeding through cracks, as you can see right here. I'm going to go down now and do inspection on the lower footer area, and afterwards come back looking at the top areas. The survey inspection is conducted by SMD on September 22nd, 2014. This is a seawall that was probably constructed 35 or more years ago. Has some form of a weep hole system, which is not really a system, it's just a pipe, and you can see how it separates. It was already doubled up, so I don't think it's a very effective weep hole system right here, but it is in the right position for the second one. The radiuses on the H-piling look to be almost non-existent. I guess they just didn't think they were necessary. But we're going to run and do the bottom right now, and then come back and shoot the upper parts. As we're going to walk here right now, we're going to start it all up. So, let's do that. We are going to start the survey at the south end, making our way up north along the ICW. You can see right here, this is where it starts. The cap is all cracked along the outer edge on the kind of radius, and you can see the condition of the cap from here. And around on the bottom and look at the footer areas. Visibility is pretty poor right now due to all the rains that we had lately, but if I see anything that is of a major concern, I'll just point it out. There's some signs of sediment seepage underneath the radiuses. This corner area shows that a concrete footer was poured, making a step to protect from erosion from underneath. Now we're going to just do the short section that's going west to east on the bottom. Right here you could see the signs of some erosion coming through. There's the light sand. Right from the bottom of this radius over here. This corner is the end on the north side, and now we're going to move along the seawall on the exposed side. You can see right there the entire corner of that H pile is missing. That's not structurally a problem, but definitely would be advised to repair. Now I want to show you these weep holes that were installed in here, and you can see inside the cloth is already semi with marine growth, and probably give it a year or two it will be blocked by whatever, and there's no way to service this, unfortunately. We definitely recommend the use of jet filters. This one is, again, it's still in a relatively okay condition. But you can see the condition of the concrete around these is very brittle, and again, once this cloth is going to get clogged, you're not going to be able to clean it. Right now it's in relatively fair condition. Looking at the cap of this area, it looks good. There's no cracks on the bottom of the cap, and right now all the panels are not showing any longitudinal or horizontal cracking along the panel. Again, another 2.5 inch weep hole. Right in the corner here, we're coming, this is a tieback cover that is rusting through, and this corner here was broken off probably a while back. Again, this batter piles are a newer addition, and when they did it, they unfortunately damaged some of the H pilings. Like there, all this rust on the rebar, and as you can see, there's a lot of marine growth on the seawall itself. The top of the H pile over here is all rust coming through. Should have been filled and cleared. A lot of the radiuses are old. They're not. You can hear the hollowness right here. You can see there's rust coming through. There's a tie back here that the rust is coming through. Again, cap is in relatively good condition here, and the batter piles also. Right here you can see again the H pile was damaged by the batter pile driving, and there's all this rebar here that is rusting, and that should have been repaired to prevent weep hole. challenge with this kind of weep hole system is that it's not maintainable. You can't do anything with it once it clogs up. Right here, there's no weeping hole on this panel. No, unless there's this over here, which might have been an older one. But that's what happens when you locate it in the low tide area. Right here. That's what you get. So this is not weeping, not doing anything. Ooh, scared a crab. Yeah, completely blocked. Continuing in a southerly direction now, along the midway and top of the cap, bottom of the cap area. Again, you can see the rust coming through in quite a few areas on the panel here. Rebar, right there, right there, right there. The bottom footer, that part of the inspection that was in the water and it was very murky because of the water quality, shows the only erosion in the corners where these H-pile radiuses are. Right here, the batter pile has some cracks and damage. There's quite a few of them as we go further. But the panels are still sitting straight. Right here, if you look on the cap, what are we going to get to an area where there's a lot of cracking on the bottom of the cap, as you can see right there. And what happens on the very high tide, and even now, the salt air penetrates and it starts corroding the rebar. Right here, there's a structural fracture. It starts right there. It goes on the length of the cap and goes into the panel right there and hides behind this radius. So this is a complete separation of the cap between this part and this part, and it's definitely not a good thing to have, but not uncommon. Could be easily addressed. Again, panel is in relatively okay condition. These weep holes should have been about there, where I'm pointing my poker, right there, and they're about a foot and a half on top of it, so there's more pressure. They should have been located lower, just on top of the oyster line, like right around there. Fortunately, whoever installed it didn't think to do it like that. Right here you can see the H-pile has some cracks, some longitudinal cracks. And you can see the condition of the radiuses. They're basically flat already. And their bottom is mostly open. On the survey you can see it. Again, another crack in the back of the, on the side of the batter pile. Right here you can see the form kind of gave in a little bit when they were pouring, and therefore this very this belly that was created. Quite a lot of cracking there, but nothing major. Again, same thing here. Just not a very successful pour to the guy who put this cap on. Again, panels are in relatively good condition. See, like this, there's a snail in there, right in there. Yeah, the snail starts going inside those weep holes. So you can see this was the original weep hole was this big, and then they drove another pipe. So what are they going to do next? Drive another smaller pipe? That's going to be useless. These are too small weep holes, and they are not located in the correct place in the seawall. They are supposed to be in the mid-panel area, but they're supposed to be like there. And they're not releasing a lot of pressure when they're this high up. I'll completely block them and just do a different... There's another crack on the batter pile. Looking underneath the cap, there are some damages. Right here, looks like it's a bad, again, from the way they formed it. Not the cleanest work I've seen. Right here, again, another area that the form gave in, and you can see it's a very unattractive pour, and of course the tenants don't see that. Okay, continuing down, again, the cap seems okay. Some damage on the batter pile over here. You can see that's some very amateurish repair. You can hear how hollow it is, and I could probably knock this whole thing off. See, it's not even attached. So that's what you call not a great repair. Looking underneath the cap, yeah, right here, this last piece, there's a lot of cracks underneath, which allow moisture and allow the expansion of the rebar, and that causes later structural problems. And there's also a bunch of cracks on the top of this thing. So this area of the cap definitely needs some work on, because it's getting corrosion effects both from the top and the bottom. As you can see, all the rust bleeding on this area, on the side of the cap, and right here. I could just show you how quickly the concrete just brittles off like nothing, because the rebar expands there. And this is with my stainless prong that has no force whatsoever. So you can see, so this is in the length of about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's about 45 feet total length of area that needs to be worked on, and I definitely changed the sweeping system, weep hole system that they have on the Seawall, because it's just very small and will not survive the test of time, and has already reduced once from this size to this size. We work with jet filter, and that's the best product out there right now. There's another cap crack in the cap right here, you can see, and there's another one right down there in the cap. You could see it, and you could just get a good idea of how uneven this cap was poured by looking at this angle right here. My general impression of the Seawall is that structurally integrity is still good. However, there is quite a lot of issues that need to be addressed in order to extend the life of the Seawall. This completes our survey inspection of the Seawall, and this is at Boynton Beach, September 22nd, 2014, conducted by SMD in South Florida. Thank you.